What up, YouTube? My name is Marvin, and I'm doing a demo of this fantastic Laney Ironheart IRT15H2. It's a 15 watt head, more for like bedroom playing, gigging, recording, you know. So this amp is really interesting because it's a one channel design. There's no like second and third channel like the bigger ones. If you look at the front of the amp, it has reverb, tone control, which is kind of like your presence control, dynamics, which just changes the low end, I believe, tightens it or flubs it up, you know. Your volume control, treble, mid, and bass, your drive control, and you have a little toggle switch for your preamp boost. You can also change the amount of boost on that. So instead of using like your tube screamer to boost your amp, you can do that. You have two inputs, a 15 watt and a less than 1 watt. The less than 1 watt is ideal for recording, so you can push the power amp to get more power amp distortion without, destroying the neighborhood with your sound. On the back of the amp, you have a foot switch, not the foot switch, but the insertion for the foot switch, the 8 and 16 insertion, for the cable. You have a send and return for your effects loop. You can also bypass it, minus 10 dB if you want to change the volume of it. CD and MP3 input, a silent headphone input, and an emulated record out. I just picked this up for practice and I think it's amazing. It's really versatile. So I'm just gonna play, use some tones. I have my my Tube Screamer clone hooked up just to show you what it sounds like pushed, but I honestly don't really need it with this amp. It's pretty tight. It's gonna be going through a Mesa cabinet, the rectifier cabinet with the Mesa Black Shadow speakers, the 2x12. I have my my Ibanez RG3EX FM1 with DiMarzio passive pickups. These are the deactivators. Let me just tune this real quick. I'm gonna just play clean, maybe like pushed, dirty. I'm just gonna show you things that I like about the amp, and I'll stop and talk about it, So yeah. Oh, let's actually turn the volume up. So the clean is pretty nice. Just gonna drop to it. So the tone control, I'll show you just how it changes, from a clean perspective. So let's say I was playing. So the tone's in the middle. I'm going to drop it all the way down so you can see. Then if you put it all the way up, Listen to the change. So you see, it's like, it gives it, you know, it's like a tone control, but like a presence control on a traditional tube amp. The reverb in this amp is actually pretty cool too. So the reverb's off. That's foot switchable, but I don't have the foot switch for it, so I'm just gonna do it here. So this is totally dry. You know. No reverb. Bring it up a little bit to 3. I don't know if you can hear that. Bring it up a little more to 6. This is where I actually like it. And then if you beast mode on it, it's like over the top. You know, you're not going to use that much, but it still sounds pretty good for a digital reverb. That's pretty cool. So let me just show you the pre-boost now. Now the pre-boost right here, you can change the level of that. So if I turn this on now, I don't know if there's much of a difference. Let me see. Yeah, practically nothing. Sorry about that. There's people biking in my neighborhood. Okay, let's try this again. So there's no difference if you have the pre-boost all the way down. See? So when you start to turn it up, you gain a little bit of volume. And you can see it's actually driving it harder. So now it's like a little gritty, you know? Turn it all the way back down, you know, like in the middle, you know. So if you're playing something, you know, let's say you play this clean. Where I like it. I like using the pre-boost to boost like a clean signal, something split like that, because it gives it just this nice, you know. So I like the pre-boost using it like in the clean to kind of push it to like a slightly driven tone. Anywho, that's enough with all the clean. This is not a clean amp, this is a metal amp. So I'm going to just set it to my favorite metal tone real quick. Oh yeah, this thing has a lot of gain. A lot. Like, a lot. There's a lot of gain in this. Pretty gainy. The drive is at 7. I had to turn the volume down because as you turn the drive up on this amp, it gets louder. But the volume's at 2. And this is not even with the pre-boost engaged or my tube screamer. Tone control, you get different types of distortion. So for example, if you bring the tone down around, this is now at 2. I'm going to play that same riff I just did. So it's like a little more warm and thick, almost like Mesa sounding, you know? Then you turn that shit all the way up and you get this. So that actually almost brightened it and opened it up in a way. It's like, it lets the frequencies that you, like if you need to really be, like if you're not standing out and you want to bring yourself up, I feel like that's what the tone control is really made for. And obviously it depends on the room, your band, your gigging situation, or playing situation, but it's very versatile. This little thing is so good. I feel like the EQ is to get your personal taste of the amp, and the tone is like the overall shape. Not shape, like the overall like tone of the amp, but in a way where you can use it to get yourself to stand out more if you're not cutting. With the drive here, I'm gonna actually engage the pre-boost so you can see how much more gain it gives it. It's gonna get a little loud, so oh well, you know. So let's play something. Now with the pre-boost. When you get that high, you definitely want a noise gate. I feel like the pre-boost is good for solos. I'm not a lead player. The only solo I can really try and show off is this one. It's not mine, it's a Metallica song. So I'll just do that just to show you how the pre-boost could be used to bring you up when you're doing a solo. The boost. So you can see it's like it brings it up a lot more. Like I said, I don't really care for the boost for my tone, but I would use it if I was a lead player to bring myself up because it does it very nicely, you know. Almost like a regular tube screamer. And if you want to hear what a tube screamer sounds like with this setup, let's see. I'm going to play that same thing I did before. Actually sounds really good. If I turn that off, it's wow, yeah. I hope you guys can hear the difference. It is a nice mid bump and you know, like the traditional tube screamer setup. You know what it does, but it does sound really good with this amp. If I play something else, you know. It's just, alright, it's off right now. Now, push with my tube screamer. So yeah, it's actually very complementing to the tone of the amp because it doesn't take over. Some amps, when you use the tube screamer in front of it, changes the whole tone. No, this one you can still hear the Laney aspect, if that makes sense. I guess I'll show you some lead tone with the reverb because it actually sounds very nice. I'll actually even change it to more of a regular like lead sound, or what I would like as a lead sound. Let's try that again. Yeah, like I said, I'm not much of a lead player, but it does sound really nice. I like it. Just mess with this a little bit more. Sounds pretty good. And that's with the reverb, you know. Maybe if I do... Yeah, lead sounds pretty good too. You know, everything. Honestly, I really like this amp. I got it for around $400 from Guitar Center used in astounding condition. I think that's a really good price for it. I think this is really good for someone, if you play metal and only metal, you don't use clean that much, you can set this to be your main metal tone. And if you get the foot switch for the boost, boom, you have a lead tone. You know, it's kind of like, you know. You could also mess around with the volume knob on your guitar because it's pretty interactive with it. If I, let's just show you. So, hold on, it's off. See, it cleans up very nicely, like. So see, like, you can get it pretty clean. And that's just with my volume knob. Like, it's still distorted as hell. And the volume itself actually went down a little bit, but it's not, like, crazy, you know? Definitely usable. So you get a lot, like I'm stuttering a lot, but basically you get a lot of bang for your buck, I think. And I think it's a great amp for someone to use at home. A great pedal platform if you just want tube tone, but don't want to worry about all the switches and all that craziness that you get on like 2-channel, 3-channel, and 4-channel amps. Like, you know, simple, easy to use. I really enjoy this amp. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it because you listen to me ramble and you listen to my really bad guitar playing, but, you know,